waits. Now you step out. Okay. She walks. Okay, that's what means she walks with you out like this without pulling.
Always on the left.
Yeah. Yeah. And then sit out here, and then we go down and we greet the person. But controlling this boundary where most dogs are super excited,
Okay.
it goes a long way to making them calmer, and it's such an easy thing. Anybody can do it.
Yeah.
You have to do it this way.
Yeah, I've been doing it similar, but one huge difference that I know is the problem watching it.
And we never would call a dog
That's
to
what
us
I'm
out of a
doing.
sit stay.
Yeah.
And really, and we don't say stay, we only say sit, because stay is built in to sit. You don't have to say stay.
Okay, I've been saying stay, and she knows that.
You step in, never call her to, because you teach a dog to chase you through the boundary. You don't want her to leave this boundary until you come back to get her. So coming in even, see how she's waiting on a loose leash? Okay, comes in with you. Then we're gonna go out. Should I just go, I'm gonna close this and show them how I'm gonna come out. Wherever you bring her out, you have her sit. If she's outside, go get her, and you can have her sit there and send her this way, either way. If you do it a little bit one way and the other, every other day, that's probably better.
Okay.
One day her head is pointing that way, the next day it's pointing this way,
so
that's
it's
probably
never
better.
the same thing over and over
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Okay.
And then you have her sit, and then you pat her chest, she's on your left, and this is
Yep.
all on video too.
Okay, and I read
Pat her chest and say, go to your mat, walk her over and say down. If she doesn't go right down, then you just help her like that. And then you practice a down stay, and I've been doing it for about 5 minutes a day.
Yeah.
For example, she's in a down, and you walk around her. That's just a basic down stay where the dog accepts you walking around
Okay.
either way, like that. I like to have the dog in the middle of the mat. I'm not going to be a stickler for details on that. She's
Okay.
on the mat, and she's staying down.
Right, that's a big one.
When you first start, just
Okay.
making sure she really stays there is important. And then to reward her, no, make sure that she really waits until, good. And you will be doing it like this. You're going to be coming straight in like this with your right hand. You can probably see like from there. Bringing it in, see how I'm bringing it in like that? Good, and say good. The moment she takes it, because if you say good,
Eventually.
at the moment she takes the reward, I bet I said that years ago too.
Yeah.
Pretty soon you don't need the reward. She hears good and she
Exactly.
goes, wow, I love that word,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So it's just basic, I believe it's classical conditioning where
Right.
you associate the food with the word, and later on you take the food away and you still got it.
Yeah.
You know, so you don't need the food. Actually, if you phase the food out, not necessarily for this exercise,
Right.
but for a lot of other things like the sit stays and a lot of other things, if you start phasing the food out in 3 to 5 weeks, the behavior gets better.
Okay.
It gets better because now they're doing it because you've taught them with the food, you've taught them to love to do this game you're playing,
Yeah.
and they realize that all they want to do is work for you.
Right.
You don't need the food anymore.
Exactly.
And so you phase the food out, and
That's
it gets
easier.
better.
Yeah.
If you don't phase the food out in as many things as possible, they're only going to do it when they're hungry.
Right.
And of
that's
course,
not gonna
I
work.
always meet people that have been giving rewards to the dog for 6 months or 6 years, 3 years, whatever.
Yeah.
And the dog only does it sometimes when they're hungry.
Right.
So it's best to phase the food out in whatever you can
Okay.
as soon as possible, because then it gets
And
better.
you said don't do this one for a really long time.
This is the one that you would be using the rewards for
The
as long as
longest.
possible, because this exercise changes. So we start, the easiest part is good, what I'm doing here, where I'm holding the leash, I'm close to her, now I'm walking around and I'm in
Yeah.
close proximity. But when I start doing things like leaving the room, going into the kitchen, and out of her sight, which ultimately the out of her sight part is you
Going out the front
there
door,
and
right.
walking to your friend next door or whatever and coming back, and she stays in downstay.
Yeah.
That's when, so the harder this gets, and you're always going to be pushing the envelope, because if we just did this every day, eventually she'd just go to sleep.
Right.
She'd be bored.
She'd be bored of it.
You have to always be pushing the envelope a little
Okay.
bit so that she's always a little bit challenged.
Yeah.
But the key is to not do too much to where, like if I tried to leave now, if we all left now,
Yeah.
it might be too much
Too
too
much.
soon.
Yeah.
But we're going to work up to doing that maybe
Yeah,
in the
that's
next
what it
10
needs
weeks
to
or
be. Okay.
10
Yeah.
days to 2 weeks.
Okay.
Good. And if you just do a little bit more every day, you'd be amazed. You just do a little bit more every day, how far you've come in a month.
Okay,
You
I
can
believe
be from
it.
here to there. And if you really take your time and just do just the smallest little change every day, they learn so much faster. In the long run, you'll have so much more.
Okay.
But let's try me going outside and doing, let's pretend she has a full program, and this is what I would have been doing at my house. If you're gonna do something that you think is difficult and hard for her to handle, it's okay to remind her what you want her to keep doing.
Okay,
So
otherwise
before I
only
go
one
out
minute.
there, I'm gonna, because there is no stay. Notice I didn't say stay, but she's staying. So there's no stay. But I will say down and remind her. Go out here. That was pretty good. And
She thought about it actually.
But I'm surprised.
I'm surprised too, that's why I was laughing.
I've never done that with her before.
Okay.
So that was really exceptional. So she gets a huge reward for that.
Right.
It's twice as big as what I gave her. No, make sure even after that.
I saw that.
That she
Put her
really
down.
waits.
Okay.
So she has to wait. See that? Good.
That, you know, that 3 seconds, like time stands still.
Yeah.
Everybody's right here together in the moment. That's what you want to build into her. Pretty soon, that silence, that calm, that direct focus, you start to build that in the dog. Every time you reward that way, and she's really waiting for you to withdraw. It's really that's the kind of thing that stabilizes a dog. So let's try something else.
Okay.
Down. So it was the doorbell, or which one?
It was the doorbell. Although she was very freaked out by the steps, because that's what she listens for, the steps, the beep of the mailman.
She was still down.
She was still down. She was trying hard to stay down.
So
the doorbell put her over the edge.
It was the doorbell. So we know that the doorbell is a giant trigger.
Yeah, it
and
is.
So she made a mistake, and whether it's just walking around her or going in the kitchen or wherever you're going behind her, she gets up, you're gonna come in, you're gonna stay calm, and you're gonna say, no.
Okay.
You're gonna take the leash and she was over here, so you're gonna say no, you're gonna take the leash, you're gonna step into her, use your body like that, and you're gonna gently but firmly put her back, and she may just put herself back even because she knows how to play this game.
Right.
She's been in my house for what, 2 weeks now?
Yeah.
And she knows that she just lost focus, she lost it.
That'll be great.
So this is a way that I desensitize a dog with food.
Okay.
I got this giant pile of in this case today, the Natural Balance sausage. It's the lamb flavor. Good, she's gonna have a big mouthful of that stuff down. So all we got was a little growl.
A little growl, yeah.
She knew it was me.
Yeah.
So it's not the doorbell. That shows me she's practiced so many times. The doorbell, she does. It's automatic. It's like a reflex. The doorbell goes, even though she knew it was me, and she lost it, right?
Yes.
But see what happened when she heard it the second time, and she just had practiced that. So that reaction to the doorbell was fresh and right there, ready to happen again. But she had her mouth full of food, so it kept her over. Like, let's say her breaking point is here. She's munching on that food, and she only got to here because of that. But if she's got nothing going on, she's going to go like that. Okay. But if you do what I just did every day once, I want you to do it one time like that.
I will.
One time a day, that's it. Because I think that if I tried it again,
might not work.
She might bark a little bit more, but this concept's really important. It's less is more. With all this stuff, with dog training, get a success and quit. You'd be amazed at how, if you just get a success like that, and you do that 7 times in a row, next week, on the 8th day, a week from today, it's going to be, you'll be able to do a couple more things, and you build on your successes. If you do what most people would do, wow, she's doing so great, let's try this, let's try that.
Yeah.
And then you've gone too far, and now she's lost her focus for the day, and now she starts making mistakes. And you either have to practice so long that it's torture for her to get it to end on a success, or you have to end on a success, which means you kind of go backwards.
Yeah.
So to change behavior, every dog is an individual, just like people.
Yeah.
And therefore, this is about being here in the moment, mindfulness, how is she acting, what can she handle, what shouldn't we do with her, because a dog with the same problem that she has, I'm going to do things completely different because
Right.
it's a different being.
Personality, right.
Different being, so we handle that
Yeah.
dog differently because they can't handle what she is handling, or maybe they can handle way more than she can. It's just so
Right.
much different.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah, so it's all about the concepts and applying those concepts to each individual.
Okay.
And now I'm gonna release her because I've been yakking away
Yeah,
and
no,
she's
it's good.
staying in a great downstay. She loves this, by
She
the way.
loves to just lay on the floor when we're home.
But this is a focused downstay.
This is the focus, yeah.
So see how she waited? This is how you
Yeah.
take her off the mat. She waits till you walk and stand next to her, you pat your leg and say, okay. She gets up, you have her sit, and you always release a dog from a downstay
Into
out of
a
a
sit.
sit.
Okay.
Because if you start releasing her out of a downstay, you'll notice she pops up and runs around.
Okay.
And this calmness we're trying to develop in her
Yeah.
is very fragile. So we want to ensure that we have a calm release, and it's so much easier to release her. Go. Go from a calm sit stay
Yeah.
than it is from a down. So now it's okay. She stands up, sit, and then you release her to be free from a sit stay.
Okay.